China has accused the U.S. of lying to distract the world of what Beijing calls an insufficient response to the coronavirus. That's in stark contrast to what Secretary of State Pompeo believes. He says that China hasn't been transparent since the outbreak began. He also claims Beijing purposely destroyed early samples of the virus rather than share them with the world.
Well, this was something that, because of the seriousness, the gravity of the allegation that China could actually be blocking the rest of the world and scientists here in the U.S. from developing a vaccine that would protect arguably all of humanity against this, that we felt it was worth looking into, that this wasn't your usual sort of rhetoric of the clash between the two world powers. So Secretary Pompeo, in a series of interviews over the past about 10 days or so, repeatedly said again and again that China was refusing to share live virus samples.
In their analysis of North Korea's Supreme People's Assembly meeting held in mid-April, the National Assembly Research Service said Kim Jong-un could give all his authority to his sister Kim Yo-jong. It is understood that Kim Yo-jong is already in charge of the ruling Workers' Party's organization and guidance department, exercising more power than anyone else in the party. The research agency said the North Korean leader is likely to strengthen the power of sovereignty of his bloodline, known as the Baekdu bloodline, by giving his sister the role of his successor in times of national crisis, such as his death. It added that starting from this year, she had already been responsible for the party as an independent political figure. This suggests that as one of the Baekdu bloodline, Kim Yo-jong's status is likely to grow to fit the role of official successor.
Despite a strict lockdown, anti-poaching rangers in South Africa's Greater Kruger Park area continue to guard one of the country's most precious resources, its wildlife. The reserve's 550 square kilometers would normally be teeming with tourists in summer, but patronage is down to zero thanks to border closures and restrictions on international travel. And the majority of park employees, like tour guides, have had to stay at home, putting pressure on these rangers to patrol the entire park day and night to keep poachers away. In 2019, nearly 600 rhinos were poached in South Africa, and there are concerns that people will start poaching not just for rhino horns, but to source meat to feed their families.
It's a grim picture, as new statistics for the number of coronavirus deaths in the UK are revealed. Until now, the British government's daily briefings only took into account hospital deaths, while people dying in nursing homes and other settings were noted separately on a weekly basis. This data takes the number of COVID-19 deaths to over 26,000, much higher than the 21,678 deaths announced on Tuesday. Under the new measurement, the UK has leapfrogged Spain and France for fatalities, with only Italy ahead in Europe. The UK's Deputy Chief Medical Officer has warned that truly accurate figures will take even longer to emerge.
Remember, a few weeks ago, didn't I? I spoke with Captain Tom Moore, that amazing army veteran who set himself a target to raise £1,000 for the NHS in the United Kingdom. That's walking 100 laps of his backyard before his 100th birthday. Well, good on him. He's now raised over 57 million Australian dollars. Captain Tom turns 100 years of age today. Their time it'll be tomorrow, but the date is today. And he'll be honoured with a Royal Air Force fly-past. And in some rather special news tonight, the Queen has made him an honorary colonel. In Britain and right around the world, he's been a bit of inspiration in these dark times. He's got over 100,000 birthday cards. There they are on the screen. A school has opened them up and they're there for him to come and have a look.
About to start its maiden voyage to Europe, the world's biggest container ship, loading at the port of Busan. Able to carry 24,000 containers, she's the first of 12 ships intended to make South Korea one of the world's leading shippers. But the giant vessels were ordered in 2018, well before anyone had heard of COVID-19. Global shipping has been hit badly, with predictions of a world recession lasting months or even years. And then there's the longer-term prospect of countries restructuring industries that will further hurt trade. But South Korea is trying to look beyond this pandemic to a future recovery, wiser from a recent lesson of the past.
The EU Commission says there's a clear risk to the law that could be used to politicise the judicial process. It's the fourth time Brussels has sued Poland since the ruling Law and Justice Party took office. Warsaw has 2 months to respond.
Well, I think we can definitely infer that the Polish government is determined to push through these reforms, these controversial judicial reforms. And this is the sort of latest standoff between Brussels and Poland. And I think arguably this is one of the most serious laws that they've introduced. It's actually come into effect since February, the so-called muzzle law, which ensures that the judiciary can no longer criticise the government, which therefore impedes their access to justice or people's access to justice, and also the application, of course, of EU law, because justices will be politically motivated rather than motivated in the defence of justice.
Maria Elena Cubillos received an unexpected visit this week from Colombia's military. She lost her job as a cleaner during the coronavirus shutdown, so she was happy to receive one of these food packages. Thousands of Colombians have lost their incomes during the pandemic. This has prompted military brigades around the country to deliver free food packages to those in need. The Turkish government's development agency has also joined this effort. It supplied a brigade in central Colombia with 400 food packages for people in 3 rural counties. The Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, known as TICA, has funded more than 150 development projects in South America.
A news reporter went live on the air without wearing pants. That's GMA's Will Reeve, sitting in his home with a suit jacket and tie on. And some shorts showing off his bare legs. Whoops! He didn't really mean for anyone to see he wasn't wearing pants. Reeve is the son of the late Christopher Reeve, who played Superman.
See, I'm from, pretty far away. Another galaxy, as a matter of fact.
Superman's alter ego, of course, was Clark Kent, who also stripped down in public sometimes.
Excuse me.
Reeve has been poking fun at himself for his on-air clothing mishap, calling it hilariously mortifying, saying he purposely had shorts on but didn't know anyone would see that at home.